And here's the yapper. Welcome to another patch notes yapping session by me, yours truly, of course, Quan. And it's been 39 minutes since the patch notes for the Holiday Overdrive season was out. And first, we'll of course be looking at the new cars. I will give my opinions on the stats and like how useful it could be, and also like perhaps like the design, because I kind of want to talk about it as well. And after the car stats and stuff, I will be talking about the events, the special events, the talented events, and other stuff that is happening in this season. So without further ado, let's head right into it with our first car being the McLaren 750S. Now, not even looking at the stats, not even looking at the class, first thing I see, holy shit, what kind of gap is that? Look at the ground clearance, man. Like, the wheels are way too large. It's so far off the ground. Distance from the ground to like the car chassis, like, it's so large that Americans have to measure it in fucking football fields. Anyways, 750S. Now we have pretty much like almost every single McLaren like generation in the game right now. Well, probably except for the generation which had the MP412C. But yeah. So here's the max stats. It looks sort of similar to the 765LT from what I can see. It looks kind of similar to the 765LT. Sort of similar, except it has more acceleration and less handling. Like, more acceleration, less handling, less special, but more or less, it looks kind of the same. I mean, it's borderline a clone at this point. Like, look at the blueprint design. The blueprint design is literally the same. So yeah, not much to really talk about it. This is going to be the Legend Pass car. So if you're buying the Legend Pass for the next 2 seasons of the next update, you will be getting the 750S. Yo, post-recording Quan here. Yesterday someone made me aware that the 750S is actually just a worse Apollo Intensa Emotion. And when I checked to compare it, holy shit, like, it's so bad compared to the Apollo IE. It's higher ranked and almost every single stat is lower except for a tiny bit better top speed, but it is so overranked. It's so bad, man. The next car I want to talk about is the Charger SRC Hellcat Red-Eye Widebot. So, interesting fact about this car, it's the first Dodge to be added to this game ever since the release of Asphalt 9. So, ever since the release, there's only been 4 Dodges. Like, these 4 were all from back in Asphalt 9 release. This is the first Dodge to be added to the game ever since then. So it's been 7 years, more than 7 years actually. And we finally get another Dodge in this game. And it's a 5-star C-Class car with, I would say, sort of okay stats, like 342, 76, 51, and 58. For 35, 18 rank, it seems kind of fairly ranked, I would say. But for where it could be compared in C-Class, like, which car could it be compared to? Like, around in the 3500 range. Maybe this thing? I will check the back stats on the Discord server. So we have /car and then the GIII Project 8. So we have a comparison with the GIII Project 8. Have slightly more top speed, 2 less acceleration, slightly more handling, and slightly less nitro. So for this rank, it seems kind of fair. Maybe a little bit overranked, actually. Might just be a little bit overranked. But overall, it's an okay car. It's just an okay car, a collector's item, but after all, it's a Dodge. We haven't had like another Dodge since like, well, 7 years ago, so it's nice to finally have another one in this game. And next up, another C-Class. This one's a classic, the C63 AMG DTM. Specifically, I think this one is the 2014 version. This car has been in like so many Asphalt games, like the other variants of it as well, the 2016 version, and also like the even older version that was in like Asphalt 6. Like it's been in like a lot of Asphalt games, and of course it has to make an appearance in Asphalt 9 as well, or Asphalt Legends. And the stats, I would say that it is kind of disappointing to be at like around 3700 rank and having these stats. So at first it looks kind of okay. I mean, like it's a C class, whatever. But if I compare it to, let's just say, the 599XX Evo, you see what I mean? Like, this is just outright worse than the 599XX Evo, especially when it comes to the handling department. And it's like only 70 rank lower. So I would say that this car is like quite overranked, and unfortunately it's just not gonna be good. Maybe except if it has perfect natural boost. Perfect natural boost would be like perhaps the only thing that can save this car, but other than that, I don't think that this car will be good like at all. But after all, it's a C63 AMG DTM, like very classic car, very iconic car in the Asphalt series. I will of course be trying to get this car, and it seems to be a key car. It might just gonna be a GP in the second season, since while in the first season the GP is actually a rerun, which I'll talk about later, and this car is not featured in the first season of the next update. So I'll be waiting for the second season so that I can get this car. And after the C63 AMG DTM, we'll be getting to the spicy stuff. Zenvo Aurora Agil. The Aurora Agil, which is the track-focused version of the Aurora. Over here we have the top-speed version being the Aurora Tour. It's in S-Class, and the Agil, it's in A-Class, which is understandable because again, the top-speed difference. Because of how this game ranked cars, they place car based on like their top speed. The Agil being in A-Class is very understandable. Like, it doesn't exactly have to be an S-Class car with just 365 stop speed, so it is fair for the car to be in A-Class. And honestly, these stats in A-Class, they look pretty good. Like 4500 rank with these stats, they look pretty good. Until I compare it with the Tomaso P72. So once again, I will do /car, and this time is the P72. So let's compare the Agil to the P72. 375, 379, 82.7, 83.1, 75.2, 70.2, 71.1, and 64.2. On paper, the Agil would be worse than the P72. That is on paper. However, since this is just a variant of an existing car in game, there could be two things that happens. The first thing is that it will inherit the same suspension as the Aurora Tour. So you already know the Aurora Tour has really good drifts, right? Really good drift, pretty good float, really good like drift radius and stuff. That could also happen to the Aurora Agil. And if that happens to the Aurora Agil, then it will be a great car. Despite the stats being probably a little bit low for the rank, it will be an extremely good car. Because like having that sort of drift in A-Class, it's kind of rare. And with relatively high top speed and acceleration, it would be really helpful for the car. But there could also be the second case, is that it may inherit the severe negative fake acceleration of the Aurora Tour. So if you don't know, the Aurora Tour has pretty terrible acceleration compared to what the stats say. So it's like around 78 instead of the 81 set the stat. So what if the acceleration of the Aurora Agil is also like -3 compared to the stats until the official creators release the test drives, and then we can maybe see if the Aurora Agil actually accelerates with 83 acceleration. But until then, it's just something that needs to be considered. Because well, last time when I looked at the new cars, especially the S-Class cars, all three of them in the Phantom Riders update, all three of them had negative fake acceleration. So let's just hope that the Agil doesn't have negative fake acceleration. And speaking of S-Class cars, we are also getting 3 S-Class cars this update. So the first one Lego Persport. So yes, I know that there are 2 Lego sets that will be added to the game. First one is the Lego Sharing Persport, and the second one will be the Lego M4 GT3 Evo, which is kind of weird because we don't even have the M4 GT3 Evo in the game yet. So for it to even have a Lego set and the car is not even in game, the one we have in game is just the normal M4 GT3. It's not the M4 GT3 Evo. So for Lego to have the set for the M4 GT3 Evo to be added to Asphalt Legends before the actual like model of the car gets added is kind of weird. But maybe it will be delayed until like a few updates later, and then the M4 GT3 Evo will be in the next update. Who knows? But for now, for just the next update, we'll be looking at the Lego Sharing Persport. So at stock, the stats kind of look like a stock Persport or stock Evo, or like any stock Bugatti, like in that range. And at max, 47, 64 rank. With these stats, is probably slightly underwhelming, and I'll show you why. If I compare this with the Bugatti Devo, such car, Devo. And if we look at this, 396, 394.4, so the Lego Persport has a little bit lower top speed, 85.7, 84.98, so around flat 85. 61.48, 61.19, 73.99, and 73.64. This is quite literally a slightly worse Bugatti Devo. Rank is only 9 rank wars, but with like these stat differences, I would say it should be around like 50-ish rank wars, honestly. I mean, it's still the best Lego car. It's the first S-Class Lego car in the game, I think. So, as long as we can get it for free, I suppose. But, yeah, there's really not much else to talk about it. And I would argue that it is worse than the normal Persport. Yes, I know that the normal Sharing Persport has negative brake acceleration. It has like 83 acceleration until 261 kilometers per hour. And afterwards, it's like mid 85 or something. It's not 87. But I would still argue that the normal Persport is better. Well, unless this car has like some sort of cracked drifting, then maybe the Lego Persport will actually be better than the normal Persport. But for now, I don't think it's gonna be better than the normal Persport. But that's just the first S-Class in this update. The next two though are quite spicy. Literally. Tushek Aeon E. 12.2 Nitro. We are back with making Ford Nitro cars. What is their obsession with making cars with shit Nitro? I will never understand. But let's have a look at the max stats. 491, 86.2, 46.0, 25.9. What is it similar to? There's only one car in the game that has very similar stat spread, and that is the Bugatti Bolide. Well, I don't have the Bolide, so once again I will go into this slash car, and then I will just type on the Bolide so that we can have something to compare with. Because, well, I don't have the Bolide at max, so we don't have the stats in game to compare it with. But have a look at this. 497, 491, 84, 86, 51, 46, 27, 25. It's extremely similar, right? Like the stats are extremely similar. Like the stat spread is almost identical, except the Aeon E has more acceleration and less everything else. So this car, it has potential. Like it has quite a lot of potential. But there's two things that I need you guys to consider. Is that first off, the Tushek Aeon E, it's an electric car, so it will most likely have some sort of launch delay, just like any other electric cars in this game, for the most part. Secondly, what if the handling isn't really that good? Because, again, the handling numbers, well, yes, the handling numbers don't exactly say that much. What if this car just doesn't have the suspension to help it actually be better, or like at least equal to the Bugatti Bolide? So until the test drives are out, there couldn't be too much to say about it, except when we look at the stats, it looks like a Bugatti Bolide. So, and also it's a blueprint car. It is a blueprint car, and since it is not a Legend Pass car, maybe like the normal free-to-play players can actually get this car, like probably from a special event. It's not featured in the first season, so it could be a special event in the second season, but maybe this is like the free-to-play Bugatti Bolide that we can get. So I'm sort of excited for it. Of course, it's nowhere near enough to be in Elite A because it's only 5100 rank. So yeah, I mean, there's really not too much to say about it, but I'm kind of excited for this because once again, it could be nice to have this car, maybe for both multiplayer and Gauntlet. As like the choices for free-to-play players are sort of limited when it comes to those modes. Like, of course, yes, you have the full-on Assertion cars, but then those Assertion cars won't exactly do much in like a good chunk of the tracks in Gauntlet, for example. And those same Assertion cars couldn't really do crap in multiplayer. I do hope that this car will be a little bit accessible, and maybe I'll go for it as well. I do have 61,000 tokens right now. I can probably get to like, well, 65,000 like by the end of the season, 65, 66, 67-ish thousand by the end of the season. So yeah, that's the Tushek Aeon E. Kinda excited for it. I've seen people asking for this car to be added in the game, and well, it is added to the game now. Final one. Very spicy. Koenigsegg Chimera. Yes, we are getting a third Agil into this game. Ooh, after getting one in the last update. How exciting is that? But it seems that they actually made a new model for this car in the game. They didn't actually reuse the Agil RS model, and I'll show you the differences between the modeling of these cars. So you see how the Agil RS is like a little bit high off the ground. Like it has like the same ground clearance problem like the 750S. This one doesn't really have that. Like you can clearly see like there is a difference between these two. Like the Chimera is a lot closer to the ground, and that actually makes the car look a little bit better compared to the Agil RS. And when it comes to the stats, very interesting stats. So the real Koenigsegg Chimera is a mixture of three cars. It's like a fusion of three cars. It has the body and chassis and the chassis of the Agil RS, has the engine of the Koenigsegg Jesco, and the transmission of the Koenigsegg CCA50. So here, we're getting the top speed of the Koenigsegg Jesco, the acceleration of the CCA50, the handling of the Koenigsegg Agil RS, and the nitro is like a mixture of those three. Like, quite literally, this car, they just took three cars in this game, slapped it into one. Same goes to the stats as well. But because of that, it actually creates a car with hella good stats actually. 511, high 83, 66, and 46. At first you would think, no, that doesn't exactly seem that impressive because, well, we have like a lot of these 540 cars in the game and stuff. Remember, the Venom F5 is still one of the best cars in the game right now, right? Venom F5, it is still one of the best cars in the game. Of course, I have a 5-star, so once again, I will have to find the max stats in here again, just so that I can have a fair point of comparison. I don't want to compare it with my own 5-star F5, I want to compare it with a gold F5. Are these stats even correct? I don't think this natural number is correct. Hold on a second, let me double check it in the Asphalt Legends database. Okay, it seems like the natural number is a little bit inaccurate. It's actually 45.6, but I guess the number that we are seeing in the bot is like close enough, but it is not the most accurate thing. But I will compare it with the accurate stats in the Asphalt Legends database server. So a shout out to the guys that are like keeping like all these car stats and every single thing about it, like garage points that you can get from starting up a car, upgrading a car, the cost to upgrade them and all stuff. Shout out to the guys in the Asphalt Legends database server. So if we compare it with the Venom F5, 511.3 versus 512.3, so 1 kilometer per hour less, more than 3 acceleration difference over here. It has a lot more acceleration, has a lot more handling. I know handling doesn't matter that much, but it still has a lot more handling, and slightly more natural. What can we infer from that information is that this car has a lot of potential. However, once again, 2 things to consider. What if it has the same negative fake acceleration as the 121? Because 121, like remember last update when we looked at the stats, I said that the 121 it has 83 acceleration, but it potentially could have negative fake acceleration like the Assurance Super Sport 300 Plus. And I was right, this car has negative fake acceleration from 83 to 79. What if this is the same as well? What if this car also has negative fake acceleration from 83 to something lower? What if that happens? Like, it just wouldn't really be that good compared to the stats that we're seeing on screen. Like, this on screen would power creep the F5. Like, this would genuinely power creep the F5 if the acceleration is real. Remember the Monster Super GT as well. The Monster Super GT could also be better than the Venom F5, but the acceleration wasn't real. It was negative fake to 79, and it also drifted like and the suspension were not it. And that brings me to the second point. How will this car drift? I know that in real life it's a mixture of the 3 cars. If in game it's also a mixture of the Jesco, the GIII RS, and the CCF50 drift, which would average at like around Jesco drift level. This could potentially be one of the best cars in like all game modes, like in general. Like this would be the best well-rounded car in the entire game. Why? Because the combo of 500 speed with 83.8 acceleration is kind of rare. Like, and also it has 46 nitro. It's not a Ford nitro car. It's not below 40. So you could actually still use a bit of nitro with this car. And what if that 66 handling could help with like certain sections where you would have to raw drift? The raw drift speed of this car will be pretty high as well. Because of the handling value with the top speed value, the raw drift speed of this car will also be very high. So this car actually has a lot of potential. It does have a lot of potential, and I'm excited for it. If only this wasn't the main car for Drive Syndicate 13. That's the only issue I have with it, is that I will never be getting this car. Unfortunately. Well, unless they do like an Ace Challenges and then someone win, and then I can just get this car at 1 star, and then it will be staying at 1 star forever, because I will not be able to buy blueprints for this car. But yeah, as you can see, this update very stacked cars in general. Like, none of these cars are low end, at least they're like mid end cars. And then like we have 2 high end S class cars. One that could be available for free to play. That is still pretty good. And then we also have a high end A class car. So very good car quality this update. Well, the thing that's not good is the model quality, because what the hell is this? Dude, I still can't overlook that this car is like, what is that, 2 kilometers off the ground? And also what's happening with this wheel. This model is so bad. This modeling is like so bad, man. But that's it for the cars. Once again, I'm excited for the cars of this update. Hopefully none of them have fake acceleration. I just hope that none of them have negative fake acceleration. That's the only thing I can hope for. The drift, that can be wonderful. Just don't give us negative fake acceleration, man. Like, I'm genuinely just sick of it already. But that's it for the cars, and now we'll be moving on to the events. See how many events this is. It's like so many events in this season. But we'll be starting with the Murcielago Evo special event. Oh, right. One thing I want to talk about is that the next update will only have 1 Evo car, and that will be the Murcielago Roadster. Yep, this is going to be the only Evo car next update. So you don't have to worry about having to save like more credits and something to like max out like a few Evo cards next update, because there's only one to max out. So it will be a little breather from the usual 3 cards that we get in the last 2 updates. So, special event to help welcome our latest Evo card. So I assume by this they mean that they will have an event similar to what we got for the Homage C701 and the SF90 Shredale. Like an event that could give us a bunch of currency and Evo parts. So kinda excited for it. I hope that it gives like at least like the same amount of Evo parts for this card. Like I think it gave out like 8 Evo parts for each card last time. So I hope that this event will also give out 8 Evo parts for the Murcielago. And next up, the AMG 1 Grand Prix. For some reason, we're getting a rerun for the AMG 1 Grand Prix. I don't understand why, but it's only been 6 months since the original GP for this car, and we're getting a rerun for it. So, I mean, it's just an okay car. Like this, it's still useless. Like if you already have a Bertha, then you don't need the AMG 1. And even if you don't have the Bertha, you don't need the AMG 1, because like it's only gonna be used in one league in multiplayer, and then it just instantly falls off. It's not worth investing your tokens into this card, especially when it's not in a multi-pack. If it's in a multi-pack, like a good multi-pack, and you can max this card for cheap, then yeah, sure, maybe. But since it's only in GP, it's just gonna be a card that, well, it's not gonna be worth investing into, because it's gonna be only in single packs, and single packs, like the value has dropped significantly ever since they introduced the new multi-pack dupe protection system. So, it's just another card that is just a collector's item at this point. And the event right after that, Drive Syndicate 13, the main traction of this season, happens right on my birthday. So my birthday gift from Gameloft is a fucking Drive Syndicate. Woo! I can't even do the Drive Syndicates, but hey, thank you Gameloft for this, well, birthday gift, I suppose. But this Drive Syndicate 13, featuring the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat widebody. So yes, this is the first Drive Syndicate where a 5-star C-Class will be the opener. The car's not even in-game yet. What am I doing? It will be the first Drive Syndicate to have a 5-star C-Class as an opener. We usually will only get 4 stars, like the 2022 Show Car Vision AMG or the Servo. Like we only get these types of cars as the C-Classes in Drive Syndicate, starting S1 as well. Only 4-star C-Classes. This will be the first time a 5-star C-Class will be used as a DS opener. That is both a good and a bad thing. Good thing is that you can get a better quality car for cheaper. Like if the packs will hopefully the packs will only be 5,000 Syndicate coins, like as usual. You get a better car right from the start. And that is also an issue, because now you would need to get more blueprints to start this car, especially with the new blueprint format. The new blueprint format, well, yes, it is useful for just simply collecting cars. It is not good at all when it comes to star requirements, because all the blueprints are now condensed into starring up cars. And that is not a good thing when it comes to Drive Syndicate events. The main thing about the Drive Syndicate events, especially for free-to-play players, is that they will give you all or almost all the blueprints you need to unlock the cars, especially for the first 3 cars. If the requirement to unlock them gets reduced, the number of blueprints you get for free also gets reduced. And usually you would only need less blueprints in 1 to 2 star compared to unlocking to 1. But with the new blueprint change, like the new blueprint format, you need more blueprints from 1 to 2 star compared to unlocking the car. Like unlocking this car will only take 20 blueprints, but going from 1 to 2 star is 25 blueprints. And that is not a good thing when it comes to these Drive Syndicate events. So it's like a double-edged knife. You get a better car, but then you also have a worse time trying to get this car to where you need to get it to. And also, there could also be a chance that you will need to 3-star this car before you can even pass the Drive Syndicate, because well, it's a 5-star car, and usually in syndicates, the requirements are max stars -2. So there is a chance that you may need to 3-star this car to even get past the first chapter of the Drive Syndicate, which is really not a good thing. That forces you to buy the relays, and honestly the values for those relays are kind of garbage. So it's really not that good of a thing. But let's have a look at the other cars in the Drive Syndicate 13. So after the Charger Hellcat Red Eye, we have the Nissan Z GT4, the Solus GT, Zenvo Aurora Agil, Bugatti Bolide, and the Koenigsegg Chimera. Bolide is still a pay-to-win car. It's not gonna get a free-to-play appearance even after 3 years, unfortunately. As I kind of do want to have the car as well, but it is what it is. I will still not be having the Bolide for another while. But the other cars in the Drive Syndicate, Nissan Z GT4, that's the current C-Class King. It is the current C-Class King, and it is also the highest ranked C-Class. So that's a good chance for you to get yourself an elite C-Class car that will stay for definitely stay for quite a while, because it is the highest ranked C-Class car right now. And it's also a good looking car in my opinion. Like, this car does look pretty good. So why not just get it? Why not just get it? I will try to max this car. Because, well, again, I'm not able to just go all out in the Drive Syndicate. So usually these Drive Syndicates, especially for me as a free-to-play player, I will only go for like the first few cars, and I will try to probably max them out in case they get used in a future event. Then those max out will be very beneficial for me. And also, if I max them out earlier, that gives me more chances to get epics for those cars, because like in getting epics for these cars is not an easy task at all. So yeah, I'll try to max out the ZGT4, and I'll also max out the next car in the Drive Syndicate lineup, being the McLaren Solus GT. So Solus GT, I actually managed to get it to 4 stars from the 20th anniversary spotlight. I'm sort of close to maxing it. However, the problem with having key cars and also the new blueprint format is that the Drive Syndicate event will barely give you any blueprints. Since this car only needs 26 to go from 1 to 2 star, the Syndicate event will probably give you like what, 20 blueprints? That is so much lower than the normal like 35 or 40 that you usually get in a Drive Syndicate event. But it is what it is. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with requiring cars of the new blueprint format and key cars, just so that they can give us a much harder time to deal with the Drive Syndicate. So yeah, I will probably still try to max both the ZGT4 and the Solus GT. And for the Aurora Agil, there is no way I'm able to just get past that stage, so best thing I can do is to just simply unlock it and let it rot, because I'm not gonna be able to get far in the Drive Syndicate. Just like how I got the Zonda Shinkai, and I just let it rot ever since then. I've never actually used this car once, outside of the weird kind of Starway event that you get after like an update or something. And speaking of which, there's no mention of the seasonal Starway this update. So they probably just canned that idea, and we'll never see them again, probably. Who knows? Or maybe they just forgot to add it in the patch notes. But yeah, that is for Drive Syndicate 13. Like I said, the Chimera could potentially be one of the best cars in the game. All we need to wait for is that, does it have real acceleration and does it drift well? That's the only two things that we need to wait for. And if it has real acceleration and it drifts well, you can get yourself one of the best cars in the game. Like, this could power creep the Venom F5. This could genuinely power creep the Venom F5. But all we can do is to just wait. And for me, I will wait 10 years until I can even get one blueprint for the car, because I am not going to be able to do the Drive Syndicate. But that's it for the DS. Next up, Django All The Way Spotlight. The Spotlight will feature 5 cars: Sheeran Super Sport 300 Plus, Tron Nemesis, the Greenhouse 007 LMH, the 911 Turbo 50 Years, and the Shocar Vision AMG. So we are getting another 5-car Spotlight. What I don't like about that is that is the exact same format as this Spotlight, as this beautiful Spotlight that we have right here, that surely everybody loves playing at the Spotlight, because we get a lot of rewards. But no, we do not get any rewards for this fucking Spotlight. I hate the Spotlight. Right, so The car lineup. Sharing Super Sport 300 Plus alongside the Trial Nemesis. This is very ironic because it's like a running meme in the Discord server is that the Sharing Super Sport 300 Plus is just Trial Nemesis 2 and the 1-1 is just Trial Nemesis 3. So here we get the Trial Nemesis 3 and now we're getting an event for the Trial Nemesis 2 and the Trial Nemesis 1 being the Trial Nemesis itself. That is a lot of Nemesises. And right, so Glickenhaus 07 LMH, this thing, I really need to goat that car, man. I missed out on like so many opportunities to actually goat the car. It's still only at like what, 13 out of 16 epics. I'm still missing like 3 epics on Generation, so hopefully I can actually goat this car for once. I mean, it's still a decent car. You can use it in, it's probably like in GOAT 2 MP1. Like it is in GOAT 2 MP1. So I guess it's useful in more leagues than something like the MG1, but it's just there now. It's not that competitive in Division 5 anymore. It might still be good in Division 4, but it kind of fell in Division 5 once people got the S-Class cars. 911 Turbo 50 years. So, it was a Legend Pass car. It was a Legend Pass car. And then it got packs in the in some sort of like events. We're getting a few events for it. Like right now, I can actually just buy packs for it from the daily events and whatever, but I just kind of don't want to because like it's really not a good way to spend your tokens. So it's nice to see the car in the spotlight. So hopefully, just hopefully, I can unlock it. But if the spotlight is like as bad as the current spotlight we have right now, then I will probably not be able to unlock the 911 Turbo 50 years, which would suck. That's for sure. And the show car Vision AMG. It's a car. No one really cares about this car. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. And that's all for the spotlight. And that's quite literally it. We only get these events in the special event section. We are not getting a normal special event this update, unfortunately. I would love to have like a normal special event or at least like some sort of mini-ish special events. But, well, I guess that this is what we get in a Drive Syndicate season after all. But, to make up for that, we are getting like a crap ton of time-limited events. You see this list right here. This is gonna take a while to go through, so just bear with me. Best of 2025 Part 1. So this is the Part 1 of 5 events featuring quote-unquote the best of 2025. They say that, but then they just feature every single car that got added in 2025. So the first one, this is from the first update in 2025. These are just cars that got added in there. So like Praga Bohema, Lego Corvette Stingray, the Francimento G65, 409P, and the Locus Petra. Now the one thing that I'm interested in is that will there be packs for this event? I'm assuming not, because like these kinds of events also include cars like the Rash Imperium later on. But if there are packs, then this could be game changing, because that means that you can go for the cars in a year. Like throughout this year, there could be cars that you can go for if there are packs for this event. However, there is absolutely no confirmation that there will be packs. So let's just take that these events don't get packs. Let's just consider that for now. But these events basically feature the cars that were added or at least like majorly featured in 2025. So yeah, that's the first part of it. Evo ranked SF90 Stradale. So this will be a TLE for the SF90 Stradale, the Evo TLE. So you will need to have your car at Evo, like at Evo status. Basically, like here, like the rank requirement for this special event, no, not special event, for this time limited event, is actually 4756. That means that you have to go to the car and apply at least one Evo part onto it. You need to do that for this kind of TLE. So if you don't have gold SF90 and you want to do this TLE, then that's no luck for you. You will have to go the SF90. And after that, we're getting to the part 2 of the Best of 2025 event, which features, again, the cars in the second update of 2025. They are the Hyundais, the GT Mark IV, and the Toyotas, and of course the one and only Tuatara Tracker, the garbage car that ended up being a free-to-play car in DS11. Well, I can't exactly trash on it too much because after all, it's like the only Draft Syndicate I've actually ever completed. So it does have some sort of sentimental value to me. After all, I did max the Tuatara Tracker in the most recent burst of speed. I did not leave it out. I did max the car. I just need to find the credits to eventually upgrade it because I'm just getting like borderline no credits at this point. I don't exactly have the most time to grind this game, and yeah, it does hinder my credits gain quite a bit. So I don't have the most credits to upgrade like, all these cars anymore. I just hope that eventually I can get it to at least max out. So yeah. Next up, Aston Martin 177 Star Hunt. So Star Hunt also means that there will be an epic hunt for the car. I've been waiting for like at least a 177 car hunt because for years now, I think it's been more than 2 years. I've been at one epic away from golding the car, and I do not want to buy an epic from the Legend Store because like the thing about me with the epics in the Legend Store is that I don't want to buy epics that could be available in events. And this is what I meant, that I haven't bought any epics for the 177 because I know that it will return in an event, either a car hunt or being in a special event or whatever. And it's getting a star hunt. That means it's also getting an epic hunt. So I will finally be able to go the 1-to-1. It's just an okay car. It's like a mid B class car. It's okay to have. It's not very useful, but it's okay to have. Third part of the season. No, not the season. Third part of the Best of 2025 TOEs. Why is the... No. This is not the same as the GIII Supra 2023. I'm sorry. The GIII Supra racing concept is the high-end D-class car. Okay, it's this thing. It's not the other GIII Supra. My bad. This will be the cars in the third update of the season. One interesting thing though is that the Nissan Z GT4 is also in the COE. So if this COE gives out blueprints, it could be useful for helping you progress in Drive Syndicate 13. So maybe look forward to that. Be aware that this car is the ZGT4 is featured in the Best of 2025 Part 3 TOE. You might be able to get more blueprints for it. So I'm also hoping for more blueprints for it as well because I do need to max that car. And next up, Evo ranked Chevrolet Corvette 01. So 01 Evo TOE. So we're getting back-to-back Evo TOEs. First for the SF90 and second for the 01. The thing is that a lot of people are actually speculating that those Evo TOEs will only give you Murcielago parts. Why? Because we had 2 Evo TOEs so far. The first one, we used the Enzo, but we got Corvette 01 Evo part. This one, we are using the Chiron and we're getting SF90 Evo parts. So there is a pretty good chance that these Evo TOEs will not give you parts for the SF90 or the Z01, and it will just give you Murcielago parts, which is whatever, I suppose. I can't exactly complain when I get like more Evo parts because after all, that's just saving me more tokens. And if I just go over the limit, then that's me getting more tokens. After that, we have the December Solstice event with the Huayra R. So Huayra R, it's still an elite B class. Like ever since they kicked out the F1OM, there's not been a single new elite B class car. So the Huayra R is still the 4th highest ranked B class car. You can still get this car so that you can run the elite B events. And it still would not be kicked in the next update because we're only getting the 750S, which is even below 4000 rank. So Huayra R will still be staying here for another while. On to the 4th event for the Best of 2025 TOEs. This is going to be the course in the 4th update, and this is where it gets interesting because if this event has packs, if this event has packs, look at the cars featured. Raj Imperium and Monster Super GT. This is gonna be like the most stacked multi-pack in the game if this event has pack. Which is also why I doubt that it is gonna have packs, because like they are not gonna give out the Imperium that easily. I generally doubt that they're gonna give it out that easily. But in case that they're generous and they want to give out the Imperium, I have a 1-star Imperium, so like I will probably spend on it if it has packs. But I really don't think that it's gonna have packs. It's just gonna be an event that features like the cars that were in this year, and maybe it will give us some blueprints, just maybe. But I don't exactly have like the most expectations when it comes to it. Like that's also the thing that you have to understand about this game, is that just keep your expectations low. Every single time you get disappointed about something, that's because your expectations were a little bit too high. Like when it comes to burst of speed, the bolide wasn't there, and then like half of the community just flipping crashed out because like it's just a bolide. The bolide isn't even it's not even that good. It's just at around the same level as Jesco. And if you even get it, you're only getting 2 epics for it, and you can't even drive it. So why are you still complaining about bolide that not being in the burst of speed? It's now in DS, so like just get over it. We're getting another car that will probably be the same as the bolide, or probably worse or whatever. But just move on already. Best of 2025 Part 5. So this one will be the 5th update in 2025, being the cars that were well in the current season. The Maya, DBS 770 Ultimate, M Hybrid V8, B95, the RTR Spec 5. Why is it only saying RTR in here? It should be RTR Spec 5. Formula Drifts, Spec 5 FD, whatever. The Aglea and the 1-to-1. So yeah, it's just these events are just featuring every single car that got added in 2025. This hasn't been done before, because like for the past few years, no, not the past few years, for the past 6 years, they did not do an event like this. They did not do a chain of events that just refeatures every single car that was added in that year. I don't know what to expect from these events, but personally for me, those events will just be your average TOE with free try cars that could perhaps give you some blueprints, but doesn't have any packs for it. Because again, if we have packs for it, this would be extremely overkill. This would be an extremely good pack. I really doubt that we're getting packs for it. And we're next up, the holiday event. Celebrate the final stretch in the anniversary track. So anniversary track, this might just be San Diego again. And aboard the 600 LT, the Fenner, and the 812 Superfast. So Fenner hasn't been featured in a while. The last time it was featured was in the CCF 50 mod special event. So it is your chance to get a few Fenner blueprints, and for me, that's probably just gonna be an event for me to max the 812, because I am lazy when it comes to these cars. I only buy 1 credit blueprints at a time. I only buy that, and for trade coins, I'm not even buying 812 blueprints with trade coins because I'm saving trade coins for the 9x8. So this will just be an easy way for me to max out the 812. Next up, 177 Epicon. Of course, we're getting an Epicon for a start car, and that will get me a gold 1-to-1. Now this one, again, Evo ranked Ferrari SF90 Stradale. At first when I saw this, did they copy paste it accidentally again? But no, there will be a second TOE for both the SF90 Stradale and also the Corvette 01, like later on. So we will have 4 TOEs in 4 weeks. We'll get SF90, Corvette 01, SF90, Corvette 01. That will be how it's gonna be like for these Evo TOEs. And then after that, we have Drifting Away from 2025, featuring the GTR Neon Edition. GTR Neon, it used to be like a good alternative choice for the SF90, but then now the SF90 has Evo, so now the GTR Neon is just there, being kind of useless, unfortunately. And then fly high aboard the GT Mark IV. The GT Mark IV, like, it keeps getting an event. Like every single update so far, there hasn't been an update where the GT Mark IV is not featured in an event. Like, this car is just there in every single event. That's probably like their way to make this car obtainable after the car got removed from the multiple rewards. And I suppose that I suppose that you can still get more stuff for it. I don't think TOEs will give you epics for the car, but maybe this is gonna be one of those events where you can get blueprints and epics and a bunch of like present tokens, like some of those other solo car TOEs. So maybe it's like one of those, then it will be appreciated, that's for sure. And finally, for the car hunt, the Legend Pass exclusive car hunt will be for the GIII Super 2023. So the Legend Pass car hunt will be for this thing right here. I don't exactly have much to even talk about the class, so I'll just skip over it. Next up, the normal car hunt will have the COK GTR and the Peritalia Berlinetta. So COK GTR, beautiful car, got ruined by the stupid like ground clearance in this game. What? Half of the cars in this game, like they look so bad just because of the ground clearance. Like either the wheels are too large or the car is like too high up. Like it just looks so goofy in this game. But when it comes to stats, there's nothing special about it. Unfortunately, it's just another mid C-class car. There's nothing special about the COK GTR. But the other car, the Peritalia Berlinetta. Why am I going in A-class? The Peritalia Berlinetta is a pretty decent car. It beats the Huracan in, I think, almost every track. So it's a good car to pick up. It's also viable in like early multiplayer. Like if you're in Gold 4 until like Gold 3, then you can definitely just spam this car over and over again. So it's definitely a good car to pick up from the car hunts. This one's special though. Special hunt, like quite literally. Very special hunt. Koenigsegg CCXR. This is gonna be the highest ranked special hunt ever. Because the CCXR is a 4998 ranked car. All the way over here. It will be getting a special hunt. And I am actually quite happy about it. Because I've had the CCXR 4 stars since the 2023 Black Friday Burst Week. And ever since then, the key hasn't really been available like at all. And finally, it's getting a special hunt, so I'm excited to finally just have this car like, once and for all. I've missed out on this since like forever, and I can finally get the car. Well, kind of sad because now I'll have another car that I'll be missing out on, being the GIII Super Sport 300 Plus. Because like that car will only be in the Spotlight Pass, and I will not be able to get it, which is, well, kind of sad. But hey, at least I'm getting a CCXR, one more car for me to unlock that will fill up this space in the garage. Even though the car is really not useful in anywhere, unfortunately, the rank is too high. The problem with the CCXR is that it performs like a 46 to 4700 ranked car, but it's ranked at 4998. At that rank, it's only in Legend League. You can't use it in Plat 1, so therefore it's useless. It's not even useful in Gauntlet either, because the acceleration is too low. So this car is unfortunately just a dot. Like, it's nothing useful. There's nothing useful about this car. But it's a good looking car. It's gonna be free because it's a special hunt, and I can't really say no to free cars. And also an opportunity for me to grant credits as well. So definitely looking forward to the CCXR car, the CCXR special hunt. And that is all for the time-limited events. And wow, that took quite a while. That took a lot more time compared to the special events, but we're finally done with the TLEs. And at the end are some extra info about this update. So pass info, of course, we're getting the 750S as the Legend Pass. CCXR will be the Ultimate Pass car. I don't understand why they're putting the Special Hunt car as the Ultimate Pass car, because like the first Ultimate Pass used a DS support car, being the Zenvo Syndicate in there. So why can't they just use the Aurora Agil in the Ultimate Pass? I don't know. Probably so that they can sell more bundles in the Draft Syndicate. But yeah, the Ultimate Pass will be for the CCXR, and like I said, the Spotlight Pass car will be for the GIII Super Sport 300 Plus, which is very, very unfortunate that it is still gonna be gatekept. Like, I should have gotten that car back in summer. Like, it will only take me like what, 8,000 tokens to get that car, but I decided not to because I wanted to save more tokens, and now I have 61,000 tokens that will not be used in the next season at all. So yeah, I'm kind of pissed about the Shirin Super Sport 300 plus. But whatever, it is what it is. As a free-to-play player, I really cannot ask for everything. Better safe than sorry. And final interesting part, Evo balancing. We are finally getting balancing for Evo cars. First important thing, SF90 Evo nerf. The car will not be as broken as it is right now, and it deserves the nerf. Even though I like having this car, I like having like all the broken parts and stuff, I like just completely destroying everything else. It really needs a nerf. Like the parts are just way too strong, and I fully support like this nerf to the car. Even if that means that I will perform worse in Gauntlet, because now like the best car I have is being worse now. It is what it is. I really cannot complain about this nerf because it really needed a nerf. And so what is getting nerfed about this car? The drivetrain pieces, particularly the Overload version, as the acceleration boost provided was larger than intended. They're mostly referring to probably referring to the heavyweight DT pack, which is extremely broken. This car accelerates like an Asphalt 8 car. This part is just extremely broken. Like what? It's like 3.7 acceleration difference from stock. That is not 3.7. Look at how the grab just gets reduced by half. It went from 8 seconds to 4 seconds. That is not 3 points of acceleration at all. So yeah, this part will be nerfed by quite a bit. So I would say that it could probably end up at like around the high 5 seconds range. That is what I think it will be like. So it will still probably be really good. This car will probably still be quite good in Gauntlet. It will just not be as dominant as it is right now. So yeah, that's the first thing. And also toning down the air acceleration special pack. That's also another thing to look at this, because these two right here, the air acceleration aero pack, this one makes you go from 2.58 meters per second squared to 10.58 meters per second squared as air acceleration, and this one gets you another 10 meters per second squared acceleration. What do you mean by toning down? Because that is not a natural increase at all. That the car is not supposed to be getting that much air acceleration. Why? Because let's have a look at the Bugatti Chiron. Look at the air acceleration part. So this one right here, the yellow air acceleration part, gets you only an extra 0.15 meters per second squared acceleration. This one alone is only 0.6, and the SF90 parts gives you 10 and 20. And I can definitely see why it is getting nerfed. It was giving you way too much compared to the other Evo parts of the same type. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine Evo Chiron with like 22 meters per second squared air acceleration? You just take a ramp, then you just go from like 200 to borderline 600. That's just not it. That's just definitely not it. And I fully understand and support this nerf when it comes to the SF90 Evo. The second part though, which is where I'm confused of, Ferrari Enzo Ferrari Evo balancing. So what this said is that it has gone under a bit of a rework as they have made adjustments to both pieces as well as the archetypes themselves. Balance the performance amongst archetypes as some are clearly outperforming and also reducing the rank boost provided by Evo bonuses. This is where it gets confusing, because what are they even buffing or nerfing? They're only saying that they're balancing the parts. What parts? Like, what information am I supposed to be getting from this statement right here? Like, I don't get it at all. Like, adjustments to both pieces as well as the archetypes themselves. Like, yes, adjustments, yes. You're changing the car. In what way, though? In what way is it being changed? That's the thing I don't like about the ambiguity in these patch notes. Like, they say a lot, but then all those texts, this can be summarized in like what, a few words. Car is changed. That's it. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. If you just dragging out like so long, like the only good information on this is the reducing rank boost provided by Evo bonuses in the process. Because have a look at this. Balance the performance amongst archetypes, as some were clearly outperforming. Which one? Which ones were clearly outperforming? So we only have 4 archetypes. I don't see which part is clearly outperforming. Because if you looked at the leaderboards for the Evo Enzo Ferrari TLE, there were all sorts of archetypes there. I've seen light, I've seen heavy, I've seen neutral, like every archetype was in there. What is outperforming among these archetypes? That is what I don't understand. Why are they not saying which archetype is getting buffed or getting nerfed? This is what I don't understand with like the patch notes this time. Like they did a decent job with the SF90 Shredder Evo nerf. Like yes, they're not saying the stats like directly. They're not saying the stats directly, but they're saying which parts are getting nerfed, being the overload drivetrain parts and also the air acceleration special pack. So yeah, that's a good thing. We can infer that the car is getting nerfed. The acceleration of the car is getting nerfed. Yes. But the Enzo, gone under a rework. Adjustments to both pieces as well as the archetypes. But what kind of adjustments are we getting? Is it getting buffed? Is it getting nerfed? Like again, the only important information here is that the rank boost, like the rank over here, it will be reduced. That's all. I don't understand what's with the Enzo stuff. Yeah, we have bug fixes. They said that they have fixed more than 180 bugs in the next update, and we'll just have to see how it's gonna be like in the game. One funny thing though is that they said they fixed a respawn glitch in Norway. Just a respawn glitch in Norway, not the other 6 or something over there. Just a respawn glitch in Norway. So it will be definitely interesting to see all the shortcuts like probably still working in Norway there. So that's it for the patch notes this season. So we don't have too many special events. We don't have a normal special event, but we have a bunch of limited time events. And also, the car quality in general, once again, is very high. Only thing I can hope for is that the stats are actually high and that the S-Class cars don't have fake acceleration. And that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for staying until the end. I'll see you again in the next yapping session for the 2nd season of the next update. Thank you for watching. See ya.